Hi there, I'm Cher Johnston, and today I'm preparing my threads. I brought all my threads out here because I thought I'd talk to you about threads, and I thought I'd turn on the video while I'm preparing this dazzle. What I have here, these first two spools are Razzle and Dazzle from Sue Spargo. I'll put a link to those in the description. Love these threads, but you need to iron it before you use it. I also have here a piece of not sure if this is beeswax. It's wax. Looks like it's beeswax, but I think it's smelly. But I like it. I like to use it. And if someone knows a different way to keep your threads from unraveling, these unravel a lot. So I put pins in them. It's got to be a better way to do that. You know, let me know. These are Aurifil. These are all number 12, which I love. I just love these. I got my first taste of this from Kate at the last Homely House. And, and then I ordered, I think I ordered from Aurifil, but then I ordered from Etsy, and this came with it. So there's this website, twistedthreadsfabrics.com, ttfabs.com. They're in the US, and you know what's happening with the US getting items from overseas. It's a little difficult right now. Trying to figure out the tariffs and all that. This is an Aurifil. This is a really thin. When I first ordered from her, I didn't realize I wasn't ordering the number 12, which I usually get. It's like a 12 pearl cotton, kind of. And this is a 30 weight, I think. Anyway, this is more for like hand sewing or I'm going to put this on my machine. But the thing that I love it, I love the way that feels. The thing that I realized is that it's 100% cotton. I looked at the Joann store long ago for thread that was 100% cotton, and they didn't have any. They have a lot that's 100% polyester, which I didn't want that. I wanted cotton. Couldn't find it. So now I have a source for threads that are 100% cotton that I really like. I like them so much. I don't buy a lot of thread lately, but it's fine. That's where I'm going to go to get them. Also, gosh, you'd think I'd look at my hands before I went on camera, but nope, can't be bothered. Okay. So I was on Pinterest. I like Pinterest. I used to like it more. Now there's a lot of ads. There's a lot of, but I find I'm sorry, just let me finish this. Get that cut off. I was very active on Pinterest back about 10 years ago. This I made in 2015. And this, I took a picture of this and I put it on Pinterest. And now I see other people who take little snippets of it and pin that. And then I saw it yesterday and somebody said, it's a shame you don't show how you made that. Well, back when I was pinning on Pinterest, I did not, didn't have a YouTube channel, and I had no idea how to just pin something with a video attached. I just wanted to share, just like to share my art. So that's what I was doing. So what I have here, we're gonna do, oh, by the way, I think that this is the one that people like so much. Um, Let me know if you'd like to see some of these other ones. I don't know what to call them. And then there's this, I had to buy these flowers because I fell in love with this bee. Had to do it. Had to have one of my own. Anyway, so we're going to do the squiggly line one. So I drew a line here with chalk. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just like an S shape. And we're just going to do a stem stitch following the shape of the S. And sometimes I used to, when I was editing my videos, I used to just be quiet and, fast forward through this part. And I decided, well, actually, I commented on someone else's video, and she said, I do YouTube because it's fun for me, and editing videos is not fun. So, and I thought, that is exactly right. I'm not here to make a lot of money. I don't I don't make any money unless, of course, you go to my Ko-fi page and buy me a coffee. That'd be cool. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I love to teach. I like to share my art. I like to share what I do with other people. It just brings me joy. It makes me so happy, and there's nothing that makes me happier than um, making something that's really cute. And sometimes I just laugh out loud at something that I've made. And I hope that I can bring a smile to your face. Ooh. All right. I have, sometimes I don't know what to talk about, so I just don't talk. But today we have beautiful weather. I don't like to talk about the weather when it's bad because I don't feel like I should complain, because most of the year we have this fabulous, oh, so beautiful here. Today we have that fabulous, cool weather. It's almost sweater weather. I love sweater weather. I have sweatshirts and sweaters, stuff that I don't get to wear much. And I love it when it's just nice and cool outside and I get to wear my sweaters and stuff. It's almost that, but not quite. It's like I wake up in the morning and I went and found my slippers this morning and my robe. Oh, I love it when I wear slippers and a robe. I also have a really comfy sweatpants. and a sweatshirt. I have a sweatshirt that I've had for, I don't know, years and years and years. And it's faded and it's worn, and I patched the elbows, and I still love it. I've tried to replace it a couple times, and I just can't find anything that I like as well. All right, so I went off the outside. I'm sure that you can see the outline of the Pentagon, which, oh, by the way, I'm working on the Japanese bag that I'm making. I have one more Pentagon panel to make, and then I can start stitching it all together. There is a link. Something just dropped on the floor, and I don't know what it was. There's a link in the description to my Ko-fi page where there's a free pattern. It has a pentagon and a hexagon that have, what is this, 3 inches? It has 3-inch sides. But after printing one of the other patterns out, I don't know if it would print out 3 inches for you. Isn't that weird? That's awful. But it'll still have, they'll still have the same size side. Or you can adjust it or whatever. I don't know a lot about my printer and how to make things work with it, or anyways. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on here some branches. When I did a Donna Dewberry class, she teaches painting. She said, when you paint stems, imagine you're spreading your hand out and you paint the leaves coming out from the center. So this is kind of the same kind of thing. You just paint you just make stems that come out. They curl out from the center point. Okay? So I drew those in first because I want to make sure those get in there, and I do usually draw them in. I don't just go in blindly, even though I've done this many, many, many times. Sometimes I just do little straight lines like that, like in these little dip things. But sometimes I like to do that. And sometimes you want little small ones. Okay, let's look again. There's sometimes little tiny, teeny tiny ones. And then there's these little lines. And I did it over top of the black intentionally so that it would show up a lot better. So now a stem stitch, I just realized I did it and didn't explain to you how it's done. I'm right-handed, so I'm stitching from left to right, but the needle goes in from right to left. So I'm going to come out here at the stem, go in here, up there, and the thread, you want the thread to the top of your work. Always, keep it always to the top of your work. If it's more comfortable for you to do it to the bottom, sorry, more helicopters, then just keep the thread to the bottom, but always the same. Pick either the bottom or the top, but just always do that. Or if you want to stitch up and down, keep it to the right or the left, but just always the same. So there you go. And now I'm going to come down here and go back up to my stem again. Now this one I might do it to the bottom. And I don't know why. I think it might make a better curve or something. I don't know. But each time, see, I'm always pulling it to the bottom. All right, and then I'm going to go down. I'm going to come back up here. And you know what I just realized? This brown fabric is not easy to stitch through. And I'm not going there. There we go. I'm going to go back up here. I just almost done with my grandson's pillowcase. I'll show you at the end. I'll insert photos of my grandson's little pillowcase. I have this tulip pink fabric, which I just love. Not crazy about the orange, the orange and yellow ones, but my little grandson loves those colors. He just, I made this one that's it's a, it's a giraffe, and the background is like yellow and orange. And I had this yellow and orange fabric that I put around it. Okay, I'm going to get more new piece of thread. Anyway, he liked it so much he took a picture of it. I'm sure he took a picture and shared it with his friends, you know. So I decided, because I don't really like those colors anyways, and the giraffe didn't really fit with the rest of the quilt. So I wasn't sure what to do about that. So now I know what to do. I'm making my grandson a pillowcase. Then I went on Etsy and I found more tulip pink fabric that's orange and yellow. She has some that has kitty cats in the background. So cute. He has a little kitty cat of his own. He just loves his little kitty. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to finish his pillowcase and give it to him. I think I'm going to make a little blanket for him and not tell him about it. I had one that my mother made, a quillo, that had, oh, you know what? It had giraffes on it. And it was like orange and tan, and he loved that thing. And it got worn. Um, it was like threadbare, and he was still using it. I tried to fix it, and I couldn't. So, and I tried I thought, well, maybe I can cut it up and I'll use the fabric for something. Well, the fabric was so old. It was so couldn't be salvaged. After I finish the teal, I'm going to do some purple detached chain stitch. And I love purple and teal together. It's really pretty. This one, I'm not gonna follow the line that I drew. I'm gonna make it curve a little bit more. And I think I have some really pretty purple beads that I can put on it. That would be pretty. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to mention that I keep telling myself that I should say this at the beginning, at the very beginning of the video, so that I don't forget, because I always forget. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have, YouTube tells us a lot of things about our videos. One of the things that YouTube tells me about my videos is that a lot of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. Like only about 20 or 30% or something of the people who watch my videos are subscribed. I don't know why that would be. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't, Also, the other thing that happens is I have 859 subscribers, and then I have 860, and then I have 859, and then I have 860, and then I have 861, and then I have 860. I don't know what's happening with that. It's like I got stuck at 860 because I started to go, oh, hey, look, I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers pretty soon. No, not so fast there. Don't get so cocky, Cher. It's not going to happen. All right, fine. Now you'll notice too, when I get to the end of the line, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to weave through the back, just through these back stitches instead of ending off and starting again. That's just so that I don't have a bunch of long threads on the back. And let's do here. So if you could hit the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. And I might show up in your feed. And if you want to see more videos, you have to hit the notification bell because I don't have a normal, like, midlife Stockman. Here's a good example. Midlife Stockman. I have midlife Mondays. I love getting up Monday morning and watching Midlife Stockman. I don't know what it is about watching him cut grass, but it just makes me so happy. I really look forward to it all week. So I think that YouTube would like us all to have, some kind of a regular schedule, but I don't. I post whenever I feel like it. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 videos in a week, and sometimes you won't hear from me for a week. The times that you don't hear from me for a week might be because I'm doing other things and visiting with the grandkids a lot, or sometimes I'm going to be honest, sometimes I'm just depressed and I can't, you don't want to see a depressed share on video. Now I don't know which one I took one of these and I put wax on it and I don't remember which one and I can't tell. Anyway, if you don't hear from me, it could be that I'm too depressed and I'm, I don't know. I don't get depressed and want to commit suicide or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. Here's my handy dandy little needle threader. If you have one of these needle threaders, I'm going to give you a little tip, a little hint. One thing, I need to have my glasses on. So you pull it through, and then when you pull it back through, hold on to the little threads. If you just pull from here, the little threads are going to pull out. I think my granddaughter destroyed 2 or 3 of those before I stopped giving them to her. She didn't. I taught her to embroider, and she didn't really stick with it, which is fine with me. My granddaughter does music, and that just makes me so happy. You cannot believe how happy that makes me. I used to be, in a previous lifetime, I was a business manager, and all of our clients who were musicians were my responsibility. So I got all of the tickets to Coachella, and got to see Beck live several times. Chick Corea, who was the greatest jazz pianist ever, was one of my clients. And I got tickets, not just tickets. He was playing at a little club. He used to do little clubs all over. Playing at a little club here in LA. And I asked Beck's new keyboardist if he wanted to go see Chick Corea. He was so thrilled, so excited. And Chick's manager met him at the door, took him to a table where Chick's wife was sitting, and the guy got to spend the whole night with Chick and his wife Gail. I thought that was so cool. He was so appreciative. I thought that was pretty neat. I got tickets for a friend of mine to go to Coachella, and the through Beck's manager, and the guy got him, free parking and VIP passes. He got to go backstage everywhere, and he was so excited. That was pretty cool. I'm going to do a couple of colonial knots here just because I like them. Back this way, around this way, and back in, and then you have to hold it from the back and pull this tight. Not too tight because I have a chenille needle. Let's do one more of those. Maybe just a French knot because that's kind of big. I don't need big, huge knots there. And I'll do one more French knot and I'll tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. With a French knot, you want to hold the thread from the fabric and then twist it from the fabric out. If you go the other direction, it's not gonna make a knot. It's just gonna slip out. And don't do like I just did and pull it too tight because then you can't get a needle through. And then a detached chain stitch goes this way. I'm going to go back in, come out a little ways away, wrap the thread, and pull through. Then I'm going to do an anchoring stitch. I'm going to come out on this side to do a fly stitch, which goes like this, down there, out there, wrap the thread. And Bob's your uncle. It's not a term that we use a lot here in the States. I think it's a very British term. I just have to hold it and let it dangle. I was hoping, see this? I was hoping that the wax would keep this from happening, but it did not. I don't know why. Ah, that might have just made it worse. Oh, look at that. I think I made it worse. Anyway, I don't want to cut it though because then my thread will be too short. But we'll move the elbow. All right. Let's do another one of those. Here. What was I jibber-jabbering about? I don't know. Oh, about my musician clients. I signed a non-disclosure, an NDA. Anyways, so I can't really talk about my time there or my clients. I've sort of decided that I could tell you who my clients were rather, if I have pictures of myself. On Facebook, I have a picture of myself with Jeffrey Lewis and his wife, for example. Jeffrey Lewis was Juliette Lewis's dad. He was one of my clients. And I think maybe I can talk about him because he's dead. Maybe not. I mean, I won't tell you. I'm not going to tell you any stories about him. Although, I could tell you he was a funny guy. He was one of my favorite clients. Right up there with Mike Pena. Mike Pena is such a nice guy. He was very, very kind to me. I have a picture of myself with Elizabeth Moss's mother at lunch, and I have pictures of me with Elizabeth Moss and her mother in the bathroom. I thought that was adorable. We went up there, and Elizabeth said, "Hey, let's get some pictures." Okay, I'm going to add some little seed beads, and then I'll take pictures at the end. Thanks for watching. Bye.